The mighty angel's cry. John stood in awe, his eyes fixed on the heavens. After the vision of the scarlet woman and the beast, another angel descended from heaven, mighty and radiant, with great power, and the earth was lit up with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils. This great city, once proud and powerful, had become a dwelling place of demons, a prison for every unclean spirit, a cage of every hateful bird. Her fall was not just political, a world drunk on sin. The angel explained how all nations had drunk of the wine of Babylon's fornication. Kings of the earth had committed spiritual adultery with her. Merchants had grown rich through her luxury. Suddenly, a voice from heaven rang out clear and urgent. Come out of her, my people, that to be not partakers of her sins. God called his people to separate themselves, to not share in her plagues, for her sins had reached unto heaven, and God had remembered her iniquities. Judgment comes swiftly, the voice continued. Reward her, even as she rewarded you. Double unto her double according to her works. Babylon had glorified herself, lived and said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. But her pride was her downfall. In one day, her plagues would come, death, mourning, and famine, and she would be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. Kings mourn her loss. The kings of the earth, who had once enjoyed Babylon's sin, now stood afar off, afraid of her torment. They wept and cried, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. They were powerless to stop it. All the alliances, wealth, and sinful pleasures of Babylon couldn't protect her from the judgment of God. Merchants weep over lost wealth. Merchants, too, mourned. They had grown rich by trading with silver, fine linen, precious stones, spices, wine, oil, and even slaves and souls of men. Now, no one bought their merchandise anymore. All their treasures were lost. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. The shipmasters, sailors, and traders at sea looked upon the smoke of her burning, and cried, What city is like unto this great city? They threw dust on their heads, wept, and mourned. Alas, alas, that great city. Moral and spiritual lessons. God sees and judges sin, even when it's masked by wealth and power. Spiritual compromise leads to destruction. God calls his people to come out from corrupt systems. Worldly glory is fleeting. In 1 hour, Babylon's pride, luxury, and influence were destroyed. God is strong, and Jesse remembers both the wickedness of the proud and the suffering of his people. True riches are eternal, not the merchandise of Babylon, but the righteousness of Christ.